Hi there. In this video I want to show you how to join a Zoom meeting that somebody else has invited you to, and there's a couple of ways of joining. One I believe is better than the other, but let's have a look at both methods. The first method is using a web browser. So over on the top right here I've got the invite link and the meeting ID and passcode. So I'm just going to open up my browser, and what I need to do is copy this link just here, Control C, and put that into the browser with paste, Control V, and then enter. And this will take me to Zoom, and you get this sort of view here. What you want to do is click join meeting. You don't need to sign up for this, and now it's asking for the meeting ID. So let's just bring that ID back up. Let's copy that and paste that in, and now click join. This pops up. It's asking you to look for an app. If you haven't got the Zoom app, it'll ask you to download. Okay, I'll just click away from that. You've got don't have the Zoom client installed, download it now. But we're just going to go to launch meeting. Now it can't find the app because I haven't got it installed. So what you can do now, you've got another choice here. It says having issues with Zoom client, join from your browser. So let's just click join from your browser. You get a choice to put your name in here. So it's worth putting your first name or your first and second name so that the presenter who's running the meeting or the course can actually see who's joining. Click I'm not a robot, and then click join. Okay, now it's asking for the meeting passcode. So again, that would have been sent to you. So I've got that here. Here's the meeting passcode, and then click join. It's waiting here for you to be let in. So I'm just going to go over to my other computer where I've invited myself. That's it, I've let me into the room. It's now connecting as presenter on my other computer. I've got a PowerPoint slide, there it is. So now you can see my screen, and at the top I haven't got my video going on the other computer, but that's where my webcam would show on the top right. On the left here, this would be what you see of yourself. Now down the bottom left you've got your microphone and your webcam controls. So if you just click the arrow next to the microphone there, you can actually change this to a different microphone if you've plugged a different one in, so you can select your actual microphone. You can also select the speaker that you'll be hearing the presenter through, just in case you've got more than one speaker set up. So that's where you select those, and the same with the video. Click the arrow next to video and you can select the camera. So I've got two cameras connected, so if I click integrated webcam, that will come off of my laptop that's actually to my right. So you should see my video has now changed, so I'm now coming out of the other webcam, and I'm just going to turn it back to my FHD camera that's actually just in front of me, and there it is there. When I'm running courses, I prefer to view everybody's webcam, because as it's a course I like to see that everybody's actually there, and it's much better for communication, and I leave all microphones open. But what you might like to do is click this microphone down the bottom left to mute it, then you can't disturb other people if you've got other background noises going on. And when you want to speak, just click unmute and then you can speak again. The same with the video, you can stop the video, so that's good when we go to lunch or have a break, and then you can click it again and that'll bring your webcam back up. Down the bottom here is where you've got a few controls. If you can't see them all, they will be in these 3 dots, which gives you more controls. So if for some reason your screen's a bit smaller and this is squashed up, they'll all be in this more button. Okay, so if you click participants, it just moves your screen over and you can see all the participants on this particular meeting. And the one that I need you to also have, at least have, is this chat. So click the chat and there's the chat here. If you want to make a comment, you can come down to the bottom here and type your comment, which might be a question to the presenter or a comment to everybody else. Just type it, press enter, and then everybody can see it. If you want to send a message specifically to one person or the presenter, just click where it says everyone and you'll get a list of all the delegates on the actual meeting or course. Up the top you can see who's actually in there, and if you want to raise your hand, you can click this one and that raises your hand at the top, and you can lower it. You can answer yes with a tick or no with that cross. You can ask the presenter to go slower and faster. What I find, it's much better if you can use your microphone, because as a presenter, if I'm teaching something like Excel, my eyes are on the spreadsheet as opposed to that chat window. But that chat window is important because that's where I'm going to be uploading files and certificates for you to download. Also, over on the microphone, you've got here some audio options, and if you just click that, you can see that you haven't got much in the way of control over your audio. So that's where I think this falls down a bit. Also, going back to the chat, what I've found is if I'm sending files, often delegates do not receive them when they're using the web-based browser. I think it's worth downloading the app if your company allow you to, but we'll have a look at that in a moment. Up the top here you've got view options, and if you drop that down you can fit to window or original size. It's probably better to fit to window, because if I click original size you can see you can't quite see my screen that I'm sharing on the other computer. We're losing the bottom half, so fit to window is the better choice. At the top right you've got view up here, and you can change this from speaker view to full screen. You get that view there, and you can actually move this around. At the moment you're seeing me, I've just got a picture showing rather than my webcam as a presenter, but if you click this one here you can see everybody that's in the meeting, and again you can move that around from one position to another. Now it is better if you've got 2 screens. I'm just going to change this view back to exit full screen, so that docks all the webcams at the top there. When you're on a course with me, it's much better to have 2 monitors so that you can watch me on this monitor and you can practice on the other monitor. If I just move this off slightly, I'll move this over here, so that's now on my second screen that you can't see at the moment, but I can. So this would be where you have the file that I upload and you can download and save onto your computer. It will be an Excel file if we were having an Excel course, whatever files I'm passing. It might be certificates, it might be some information sheets. So now you can practice here and have a look over on the other screen that you can't see at the moment, where the web browser is with the presenter view. So I'm just going to bring that presenter view back onto the screen, and all you do is hold your left mouse button at the top here on the browser and you can move this around and you can resize. If you're only working with one screen, what you'll have to do is watch me in the middle here and then just move this maybe slightly out the way and bring your spreadsheet up and practice if we're doing spreadsheets, or PowerPoint if we're working on PowerPoint, whatever the course is. And then you'd have to then go back by clicking the window that's got my presentation on, so that you can, hopefully you can see there, it's much better if you've got 2 monitors so that you can drag this one onto another monitor. At any point, if you've got a question, let's say you're doing something on this spreadsheet here and you've got a question and you want to show me, I allow you to share your screen. So you just come down to the bottom here where it says share screen. Again, if that's not showing, it will be in this more button, but click share screen and then you get the option of what screen you want to share. So if you've got 2 screens or 3 screens, it'll show them all, and you pick the one that you want to share with me. So if I share this one, click share, and now it says you're sharing the screen at the top. So this is what you'll see on one monitor. It'll say you're sharing the screen, and if I just move that out of the way, then me as a presenter can see what you're doing on your spreadsheet, because this is the screen that you're sharing. Now when you've finished sharing, all you need to do is stop sharing. So down the bottom here you've got to stop sharing actually on this screen here. So if you click stop sharing, that stops sharing your screen and you're back on both screens to your original setup. That's one way of doing this. So now I'm going to show you the other way that I believe is much better. So let's leave this meeting and we're going to rejoin this meeting. So let's get this link again and open the browser. Here we are back at the original setup. I'm going to click join meeting and then enter the meeting ID, click join, and now it says don't have Zoom client, and if your company allow you, click download now. Okay, then you need to save that into a download location. So I'm just going to find my downloads. There it is, click save, and then down the bottom left hand side you should see it. If you don't, just go to that download location, click the file itself, and that will start to install Zoom for you. Okay, so that's now connecting. I can close the browser down. You should get this dialog box, and now it's asking you to enter your name. So it's remembered mine. I'll just type it again, David. Now put the meeting passcode. You can choose for it to remember your name for future meetings. From my point of view, it's quite good if you've got your first name, because that's much easier, or how you want me to address you when I'm talking to you. Click join meeting. It's now verifying that meeting passcode. So this comes up. This is the video of me. We now want to click join with video, because as a presenter I prefer to see you. So click join with video, and now it's asking you to wait for the presenter to allow you to go in. While you're waiting, you can test your computer audio here. If you click this one, it brings up this dialog box. See, it's much better than the web-based, so you can change your microphone, you can change your speakers, you can actually test your speakers. If you click test speaker, it will test the speaker, so we can't hear anything there. So let's change this to same as system. Okay, so that's the speaker that I would be listening to the presenter on, and now you can also test the mic. So if I change this one to my microphone that's on the camera, you can see as you speak this line going up and down, but if you click test mic, that starts recording, and when it's finished recording, it's only a few seconds. Test mic, that starts recording, and when it's finished recording, it's only a few seconds, and it plays back to you like that. That's your audio setup, but we can get to this once we're in the meeting. So let's just close that down. So I'm now going to accept over on my other computer. I've now admitted me into the room as a delegate, and now you can see this screen here is what I'm presenting on my other computer, and you've got this little dialog box comes up that again gives you the chance to test your microphone, but click join with computer audio, and now you've joined the meeting. Over on the right you can see videos here. Now just going back to the bottom left here, the difference now between that web-based one is when you click this, you can actually go to audio settings, and that allows you to set up your audio. So you can see it's much better than using the web-based one, and when you finish that you can close it down. But also it's worth coming over to general, and you can have a look at some of the settings down here. Probably worth using use dual monitors if you've got 2 monitors. So click that one. You can go through and set some other settings if you wish to as well. And there's your audio settings, and there's your video settings. So it's much better than the web-based. Close this settings down, and again you can, if you click the arrow next to microphone, you can actually choose to swap microphones, speakers as you go, and the same with the video. If you click the arrow next to video, you can change your camera. You can even choose virtual backgrounds if you want here. Generally they work better when you've got a green screen behind you, but you can test it out to see how it works for you. So there you can see my blur is on. I've not got a green screen, so it's sort of working pretty much okay, but you will find they work better when you've got the green screen. So that's your setup. You can click the cross to close that down, and now you're seeing my presenter view. If you come up to the top here to view options, you can actually choose different views. So again, this is much better than the web version. If I exit full screen here, that gives me the opportunity to move this screen around. You can see everybody's webcams at the top. You can see the presenter view in the middle, and then down the bottom you've got a few more choices. You've got reactions. So if I click this one, you can sort of do a thumbs up, and that appears in your webcam at the top there. And then there is a record here if the presenter allows you to record, but for my courses, obviously for copyright, I don't allow that. Then you've got your share screen if you want to share your screen, so you can click this one and then choose the screen that you wish to share. Now there's lots on here, so the reason for that, in my case, I've got two screens, screen 1 and screen 2, but you can also share other applications. So I can share just the Excel workbook, or just my sticky notes and so on, or just my email that's open there. So you just choose the one. So I'll choose screen 2 and click share, and now you'll see a green line all the way around the outside that's showing that that's the screen. So here's the spreadsheet that you're working on, and over on my laptop behind me I can actually now see this shared screen. Often you can't see all your icons and controls. What you need to do is just come up to the top, and as you come to the top it just pops down like this, and now you can click stop share, and that stops the share, and you're still seeing my screen here. Again, what I would do is, if you've got one screen, you'd have to go between the two windows so that you can watch me and then go back to your spreadsheet and practice. But if you've got two monitors, I would grab this one here and put this onto the other monitor. So now that's on one monitor, and you can practice on this screen. Obviously you can choose the monitor. You know, I might choose this one to watch the presenter and move this spreadsheet over onto the other monitor. That's your sort of personal choice on your setup that you've got. Again, you can maximize this. It's worth having your chat open. So if you click chat, that will open the chat, and if you want to see everybody that's on the meeting or on the course, click participants, and they will appear over on the right. So at the moment you can see that I'm hosting the meeting on my other computer here, and then I've joined as a delegate at the top, and it says me, and then you'll see everybody else. Now if you can remember back to the web version, I passed a file and it just didn't turn up, so I'm now going to pass a file again. So I've just passed a file, and now you can see in this system it's turned up for virtually straight away. So you need to click onto that item there, which is the spreadsheet. It opens up your save as dialog box, and then you need to save that to your computer somewhere. I'll just save it onto the desktop for now. It's called, this one's Excel 2 workbook, but it depends on the course that you're joining. So you click save. Once you've finished the meeting, you can just click leave, but obviously don't leave until you know that you've got all your downloads, because on my courses you get a certificate at the end, and you get a quick reference guide as well at the end. So, but when you're ready, just click leave meeting, and that's how you set it up. So hopefully you can see there that it's much better to have the application downloaded than it is to work on the web browser. but obviously it depends on your company whether you are allowed to download the application onto your PC or laptop. So hopefully that's helped you with your setup and joining a Zoom meeting or a Zoom course, especially ones that I deliver. But if that's helped you, please click the thumbs up, and if you don't want to miss any future videos, please consider subscribing down below and click the bell if you want that to give you a reminder when I've uploaded a new video. So this is David Ludlow of initlearning.net, one day computer courses. Thank you for watching, see you in the next video.